Where is the richest country in the world? And what is it like to live there? Many billionaires from around the world have moved here with their families. You need to know that safety levels are super high here. Can you imagine that in this country all public transportation is completely free and it's super modern, bright and comfortable? Anywhere you go, you can easily connect to free internet. In addition to the free transportation and internet, this country has the highest salaries in the world. Teachers here earn 5,000 euros per month. It's really hard to believe that its capital was almost a village, but over the last 20 years, it has become one of the planet's major financial centers. This country became the first in Europe to open a licensed crypto exchange. The average life expectancy is 82 years. It's so good here that around 200,000 people come here to work from other countries every day. Have you guessed? This is Luxembourg. I invite you to see it through my eyes and feel the vibe of this country. Have you been to Luxembourg already, or would you like to visit? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about which country in the world is the most successful in terms of material and financial well-being. Inevitably, among them is a small but prosperous and proud duchy. If you leave the capital to the south, you can reach the French border in 20 minutes, and to the west, the border with Belgium. And if you head east, you'll be at the German border a little farther, in half an hour. Many joke that Luxembourg's main advantage is how easy it is to live. The country gained independence in the late 19th century, but in the 200 years before that, the Grand Duchy shrank fourfold. It yielded much of its territory to neighbors as a result of wars and political maneuvers. People from neighboring France, Belgium, and Germany who inhabit former Luxembourg territories now come here happily to work, increasing the country's population by nearly a third every day. This is the richest country in Europe, and the highest salaries in Europe are here. But how is that possible? You might say it's because of offshore zones, simplified taxes, allowing capital to flow here, resulting in a lot of money. But it's not as simple as it may seem to you now. By studying the economy and history of this country, you'll discover that it's constantly adapting to changing external environments. For example, until the 1960s, Luxembourg was famous for its steel industry. Steel production, if I'm not mistaken, accounted for over 60% of the economy. But in the 1960s, Luxembourg realized that steel was not the future. Steel is a path to nowhere. Once upon a time, steel was needed, but soon it won't be so much in demand. They reduced steel production and started producing chemicals and tires. Small dwarf countries know better than anyone else. If you don't change, then the circumstances and external environment will inevitably crush you. By the way, you can subscribe to support my channel, and we will continue. So, a person is very similar to a dwarf country. The world around each of us is constantly changing. But if we try to continue to live as we lived yesterday, the day before yesterday, a month ago, a year ago, 5-10 years ago, the external environment will crush us. When the internet started gaining momentum, the government of Luxembourg made a decision. We will make our country the most advanced in the internet. We will have the fastest internet. And now everyone can connect to the network for free anywhere in the city at a speed of 1 gigabit per second. In 2009, due to money laundering, Luxembourg had huge problems with the world community. And this country had no choice. They had to change. They quickly changed legislation, adapted to what the external environment demanded of them, and capital started flowing here again. Do you know what's happening right now? Global corporations are moving their headquarters here. Amazon moved its headquarters, iTunes, eBay, PayPal. Why? For many reasons. Luxembourg did everything so that global corporations wanted to be here. They cared about people who were going to move here from other countries. Here is everything for a good guiding employee to feel good. Here is everything for children. Here is everything for a quality life, for education, for culture, even for nighttime. In Luxembourg, one of the highest quality workforce, corporate employees speak multiple languages. Luxembourgers themselves came up with fund legislation that fits all financial market participants. It seemed easy to reproduce it in other parts of the planet, but so far, no one has succeeded. And today, funds from 98 out of 100 of the world's best managers have addresses in Luxembourg. Luxembourg has also created all the conditions for business development, a comfortable legal base, mechanisms of state financing for startups, and the total tax rate for companies remains one of the lowest in Europe, about 27%. Legislation and regulatory policy are promptly adjusted for changes in society and market participants with constant dialogue from all sides. The government is interested in developing new directions and cooperates with businesses, allocates resources, supports initiatives, and invites representatives of companies to meet with ministers. The state tracks trends and technological projects and shows a willingness to implement innovation. Luxembourg became the first in Europe to open a licensed crypto exchange. It all happened quickly. There was a trend, they discussed it, they decided they were ready to allow for the creation of a platform for digital currencies, and they issued a license. Yes, there is a lot of work ahead to improve the mechanisms, but much has already been done, and all this with the blessing of the regulator. Most of this trend in increasing the number of investors was related to a very attractive geographic location. The monetary policy of the country is defined by the Central Bank of Luxembourg. It started its work in 1998, and his main policy was not to attract investors from the outside, but to support economic prosperity in the country. The level of taxation has been reduced. For example, over the last 10 years, corporate taxes have decreased from 37% to 29%. Would you like to live in a country like Luxembourg? Let me know in the comments below. And remember to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video. You'll get more insights into unique places and fascinating facts from around the world. Thanks for watching.